everybody, welcome back to Crafted by Norma. Just a quick hello and just to go through some of the things I've found, and I got all excited and set myself a challenge. You can find me on Crafted by Norma on Facebook, on Instagram. I've also got my own webpage, although at the moment it's needs some work doing to it, so something I need to get my head round. Okay, so had a look into my studio, realised it was in a mess and started tidying up. And while I was tidying up, I made some great finds. These are things that I've purchased and not even known I've got. And I thought I might do some altered books. I've got no idea where they're from. But this one's got there, it's at 1903, so it's been around a while, but I like the spine on it and I love the cover on that one. And then a similar one, again, lovely book, got no idea again where I've got this, probably from either a car boot at some stage or other, or even a charity shop, but don't know. But I think this one's actually in German, but a lovely book, I love the cover. So I'll be altering that one. And then a big black writing book, which again I've probably only paid pennies for, but I like the spine on it. And then I found this one, which I didn't know I had, a Victorian posy with some brilliant images in that I'll be able to I think I'll be able to use. Some absolutely gorgeous images. They've got poetry in. Gosh, there's all sorts of bits and pieces in there. There's short stories. There's Alice looking through the looking glass. To Daisy, little poem to a little girl. But there's some really lovely images. So I was well pleased when I come across this the other day. Definitely be using that, and I'll be using the cover to make a journal. So one of the things I did decide to do was to make an altered book journal, which is something I've not done. So I found this little book, which is the Observer's Book of Birds, and made a different book. So I'm quite pleased with myself. I must admit I've looked at Tracy Fox's video and was quite inspired with what she did, so thank you, Tracy. I've been pinching some of your ideas and put them into my own style. So she makes these little tassels, which I thought was lovely, and because this is a book about birds, I thought I'd put a pheasant feather on it. So there's my pheasant feather with a button. So that's the tag, detachable. The cover itself, the spine was quite badly damaged, so I've re-gone and done the outside with some heavy duty black card. And then when you open it up, I've been using some of Tin Holt's papers. So it's only made with 2 signatures. As you can see there, I've just gone and used 2 signatures because I thought it would be quite fat. And then I've put a couple of extra things in the centres, which I'll take out for the time being, and we'll show those again in a minute. So the first page, I thought I'd do some little I don't sew, although I've got the sewing machine right next to me. I've gone and sewed a little tag there to open it to the next page, and I've gone and used index cards, coffee stain papers, bits of papers, bits of envelopes that I've come across, odd pieces of paper that I've had hanging around in my stash. That's just a white envelope. The other half is the other side of the signature. Then I've got music score, the pages from the original book. Now you'll notice that along most of these they've been ripped, and the reason I'm ripping most of my papers is I've invested in a new rip ruler. So there's my rip ruler, and I've just gone overboard ripping everything basically, but just love it because I can't rip in a straight line, so that helps me rip in a straight line. I think it was about £5 or £6 I think from Amazon. So moving along, just another little cluster there to go on a diary card, coffee stain paper to journal on, and then on this one here I've put a little tiny mini envelope and a glassine paper bag and put a card inside it. So I bought these glassine paper bags. I ordered them online. I thought they would be bigger, but to be honest they're an ideal size, so I'm quite happy with those. So that's just my little glassine bag with a card in it. Little envelope. And then turning the pages over again. Just more and more pages really to journal in. Another little glassine bag. This time I've glued it down and put a little cluster on it. More pages from the original book. Another little cluster there that I've gone and made with scraps of paper and some scraps of the material lace. It's not a vintage lace. It was just a piece of odd piece of lace, which I've also used in the tassel, and just stained it with a little bit of distress ink. The other side of that envelope that we saw before, and I've just put a little held in slot there for the card. And that brings us to the end of the first signature. And then on the second signature I've used one of my metal tags. Just highlighted that this is the next signature using a little card with some of that lace on. Coffee stain paper again. It's basically the same same format as the other pages. Just used a different type of bag there, and just a circle image of a bird, because obviously the theme of this book is birds. I got a download from Tracy Fox yesterday and added some of these lovely labels that she does, really made up with the digital download I got from her. Another little corner pocket there, and again I've sewn that in. Another little side pocket with a little journaling card in there. Again I've used some of the Tim Holtz papers. Now I've left the strings in because I don't know whether to put some more dingle dangles on it, perhaps some beads, which I probably will. I'll go and sort out some bits and bobs. More journaling card. Another little pocket there with a tag and one of the faux metal tags in there. Just a little cluster there on that page. Then the other side of the bag, and I've put another little bag inside it with a card in it, like so. Page from the original book. There's an envelope again with some machine stitched edging on it. And then on this one I've gone and actually stuck the card there with the duck and the music score. And then the last page again with a little tag on the back with a little key charm on there, and that's the last page. And then to go in that I've just gone and added an envelope and a little mini notebook. So following in the same ideas of the signatures, I've just made a little notebook and I've just sewn down the centre there just to keep all the pages together. Just a little simple notebook just to slot in. You see I've just done a few stitches there, just as an added extra. So looking forward to the challenge of using those other books. So again, I'll probably put this on Instagram, Etsy to sell, and some photos on my Instagram page. I've used for the clasp there, which it was silver like that, I'm just going to use some alcoholics just to give it a bit of age, to make it look a little bit more vintage, I think the word would be. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed those flip throughs, and probably see you shortly with some more ideas on how to keep myself out of mischief. Do hope everyone's keeping safe in these strange times. Thank you very much for watching. If you do like what you've seen, please give me a thumbs up or a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Be safe. Bye.